Thank you for joining us for this week's edition of the Gustavus Sports Rewind. I'm your host, James Piper. We'll be starting out with women's hockey.
Sarah Youngner had a big game last Tuesday against UW Stevens Point, but it was Megan Waneke who started the scoring for Gustavus just 5 minutes into the game. Youngner scored just over a minute later, and then scored again with 30 seconds remaining in the first period. They were her first 2 goals of the season. After a scoreless second period, the Gusties extended their lead to 4-1 when Tam Mewison lit the lamp for her 7th goal of the season. Stevens Point scored 2 more goals before pulling their goalie with a minute left, but some useful defense and goaltending preserved the win for the Gusties. Against Hamline last Saturday, the Gustie women absolutely peppered the Pipers' goaltender, totaling an incredible 54 shots on net and allowing only 5 shots. Hamline, trailing by 1 after a Melissa Mackley goal, scored on this power play goal with just a few seconds remaining in the second period. It was possibly the most one-sided tie game ever before Allie Schwab, shown here, found the back of the net for the game winner. Alyssa Gallrup scored an insurance goal just 30 seconds later as the Gusties swept Hamline in their series. The Gusties were tenacious on defense and unyielding on offense during last Wednesday's first half against St. Olaf. After trailing by 4 early, the Gusties went on a gigantic 22-1 run over an 8-minute span. By the end of the first half, Gustavus had a lead of 44-12 thanks in part to Ava Perry, who is shown here draining a 3-pointer. And here again. She led all scorers with 18 points, with 12 of those coming from behind the arc. St. Olaf only got as close as a 21-point deficit into the second half and had no hope of a miraculous comeback. The final score was Gustavus 67, St. Olaf 44.
We'll now look at last week's men's hockey game featuring Brendan Loney night.
The 2 best teams in the MIAC faced off against each other last weekend when Hamline came to town to face our Golden Gusties. Patrick Dinan got the Gusties on the board midway through the first period, causing the near-capacity crowd to erupt. The Gusties would preserve their 1-goal lead until 6 minutes into the third period, when the Pipers put this one past goaltender Josh Swartout. The Pipers kept up the offensive pressure and scored again 4 minutes later for the game winner. Final score was 3-1. Gustavus split the series and won the next game at Hamline with a final of 5-4 and remains on top of the conference.
Our guys tonight, Brendan, have chosen to wear gold, and they know that you would like to be able to.
Even though they didn't win the game last Friday, the 1,100 fans in attendance had plenty to cheer for. Former Gustavus hockey player Brendan Loney took the ice with his teammates prior to the game and was presented with his old number 23 jersey as the packed home crowd cheered him on in support of him and the entire Loney family.
Thanks again to everybody who made last weekend's game so special for Brendan and his family. That'll be it for this week's edition of the Gustavus Sports Rewind. As always, if you've missed any of our prior episodes, you can find them online by going to YouTube and typing in Gustavus Sports Rewind into the search bar. I'm James Piper, and until next time, go Gusties.